Hello students, your instructor here, John Mandela, with another screencast, this one in Illustrator, and it's about using livepaint. It's a feature that was released a version or two ago in Illustrator. Anyway, it can be really helpful to do some quick colorization things for things that are very geometric in nature, like logos or other kind of graphics or illustrations. So anyway, let's get started. So I have just a standard old rectangle, a standard circle, and a standard triangle in Illustrator, and as you can see, there are three different colors. I'll even make this one even more different just so it's easier to see the differences. Okay, got this one. Now all I'm going to do is just arrange them just kind of randomly here. And then what I want to do is just select all of them. So I can either do it by clicking on one and holding shift and clicking on the other ones, like I would select multiple files in a folder. Or I can just do what I call a drag select with the black arrow tool. That selects everything that's in its path. Again, like selecting multiple files on the desktop or in a folder. When they're all selected, I'm going to go to Object, Live Paint, Make. What that's going to do is make a live paint group. And I'm going to zoom in here, and you can see the one that's selected. I know it's a live paint group because these anchor nodes are kind of white and pink and gray, not just a standard blue. So once I've got that, what I can do is go to my live paint tool, which is down here. It's called the live paint bucket. When I click on the live paint bucket, I can hover over areas, and you might see the different swatches that are kind of immediately above the live paint. I can arrow through those actually, and if you see, as I arrow through them right above my paint bucket tool, it's arrowing through the swatches over here. So yellow is next, and the lime green, then a bright green, then a Kelly green, things like this. Okay. Just a kind of a quick way that you can do it. So let's say I want this green right here. I can click on it, and it only colors in this area. Now this triangle is still its own thing, okay? But this area is what's left over from overlapping the triangle with the rectangle and the circle. See, every time I hover over one of these areas, there's kind of a thick red highlight on it. And so maybe now I want to try a black for this one. And maybe I want a dark purple for this area. And then I want a regular purple for this area. Something like that. Now, you might be thinking, this is great, but what if I want to move one of the pieces? What if I want the triangle to move over so it's only overlapping the rectangle and not overlapping the circle? And you can certainly do that. To do that, you're going to have to go click on the white arrow tool as a direct selection tool. Click off so that nothing is selected. Just click off in the white area. And then grab and drag one of these shapes over. And you can see that it will just take its best guess at trying to figure out what colors you want it to be. Okay, and you can move all these pieces around, but as you can see, it's still all one live paint group. So again, I can just keep going back. Let's say I want this bright red for this part, a blue for this part, you know, white for over there. And notice that's white, not nothing. This orange for over here, and maybe a gray for over there, for whatever reason. Some kind of logo shape or graphic that you're creating. Alright. This will remain a live paint group, you know, saving the file and copying and pasting it to other Illustrator documents, things like that. If you ever want it to not be a live paint group, let's say it's finished, I don't need to make any more changes to the colors, the arrangement of the shapes, and actually I want to be able to edit them individually, all these little pieces. It'd be nice if I could actually move these around. Then what you're going to want to do is go to Object, Live Paint, Expand. Once I do that, it's going to create a group. Notice how those bigger grayish anchor nodes are gone, and then it's grouped by default. So I go to Object, Ungroup, then I can click off and I can actually move these individual shapes around. So what were just different coloring regions are now individual shapes. Like this white one, maybe I want to turn it lime green, things like this. So now I can make, you know, my shape like this, let's say, and I have no idea what this is, but let's say it's some kind of graphic that you want to use to create a logo or some other illustration. And I could actually make a new live paint group out of all these shapes if I wanted, or just some of them, or whatever. So that's how you can quickly arrange things and color them by using live paint. Any questions? Let me know. Thanks. Goodbye.